And then if you look into existing wars, you can see the major powers of the Axis are Germany, Vichy France, Italy, and the Kiwi Empire. Hey, this is Feedback Gaming, and this is Hearts of Iron 4. Do you feel in your heart rebellion? Do you feel this urge to not be a part of the flock? Now is your opportunity. Single player, new game, 1936. Other countries, we are going to play as the ultimate rivalry to the United States. The only real nation that has stood against the United States juggernaut, Canada. Lol. This video is sponsored by Nvidia and GeForce Now. To show its capabilities, this entire video is recorded on GeForce Now. We'll talk more about it a little bit later. Regular Iron Man historical focuses. Let us begin. We have 2 Canadian spicy achievements. We have it's 1812 all over again as Canada take and hold Washington, D.C. Do you remember that, United States? Can you remember that, Americans? That war that you lost against Britain? Today's video will be reopening those wounds. Tell me how mad you are in the comments. And also to take the fight to your former overlords, rule Britannia as any British subject state, conquer all of Britain. So take out the big daddy below you and then take out your former daddy. Right. And if you already don't have the achievement, you can always do Canada first as well. You can always do brains as well. You can always do cut the strings as well. There are lots of possibilities here, lots of achievements you may have forgotten about. So you're watching a Feedback Gaming video. You realize I'm not going to take out the United States in an open battle because that wouldn't be fair, right? We are going to attack the United States while its pants is down, consuming the entirety of North America and fighting practically no battles. Ooh, this is a spicy one. Okay, first of all, grab all those divisions, delete them. First focus, wave goodbye to Great Britain. The time has come for Canada to reduce its ties to Mother England. It starts. In the meantime, too, we will punch out a few destroyers. We don't need light tanks, and we need lots and lots of guns. Oh my god, so many guns. Let's get that production going, machine tools, and construction, and work towards radio. The same old. Production-wise, let's work on some military factories. And let's go! 5-speed. Patriation is complete. Next up, we're going to join the demonetization club. I hear the simultaneously shriek in the comments section. That's right, I'm going for concentrate industry. My goal is to continuously confuse my viewers. Right, we're done. Next up, hire the demagogue. Now we need to get our stability down because we need to fire a civil war. We're not going to select a national focus because we want to bank at least 2 political power per day. I need 10% support for the National Unity Party, and then we can start pressing some buttons. 10% has been achieved. Hop into here. Prepare for the civil war. Extend civilian support. This damages our stability, which drops us below 50%, and also gives us a nice extra boost of the brown ideology. And again, 57% stability. Anti-fascist raids, ignite civil war. There we go. That is a very interesting Canadian flag. Let's pump out some cavalry. Now, the true goal of this civil war is just to take out Vancouver. That will make the other Canada capitulate. Here comes the tidal wave of the maple syrup horse army. The one goes here, and the rest of them go right about here. Add them to a general, front line, go, be aggressive, have a general, and you too. But you're just going to manually move, grab the ports, and grab the victory points, and then join the Western Front. And off you go. You thought the United States was bad, but the one true enemy of Canada is the Philippines. Trust me, there's no joke here. Just justify on the Philippines. Eastern Front is secure. Leave this chicken pox as it is and move everything to the Western Front. Might be a good idea to snake towards the front line. You're more than likely going to have to move around some other divisions to get there. But trust me, they'll have a lot less divisions than you've got, so it won't be a big deal. And they have arrived. Okay, so we need to move practically every single division onto this front line. And then just one guy just snake into the Arctic. War propaganda against yourselves? That's right. Canadians hate themselves. That's why they say sorry so much. But here we go, just wiggling around the front line. You've got more divisions than them, so just make sure you get wrap around the back of them and encircle them. And then you pick the divisions off one by one by one. And you can see here these divisions are wrapping around the front line. Gonna make the front line a little bit narrow because I don't want these divisions to be on this northern front where there's nothing happening. And make sure everything is pushing westward. One thing we're gonna need a lot of is manpower. Early on, we can't change our conscription law, so we're going to have to settle for this. 2% recruitable? Yeah, don't mind if I do. 2 divisions locked into the center of Canada. Vancouver, a few steps away. The Great War against Canada, by Canada, has been won by Canada. Let's train as many extra horse divisions as we can. Probably the big restriction is going to be lack of guns or lack of manpower. When you think things are going well, and then you realize, oh yeah, They've got depression. Feels bad, man. Now, there are many ways you can glitch the Canadian focus tree. And I did try methods of doing it, but they were never as fast as this method. If you're not interested in attacking the United States as early as possible, justify on Russia. When world tension is above 20%, you can go for this. When it's complete, stop justifying on Russia. Then you can work towards this focus, and then this focus, and then commit to the war. Well, you're in your civil war, so you're at war. And then at that point, you've unlocked practically all of the Canadian focus tree. But this video is built on speed, so we won't be doing that method. Do you know what else is built on speed? GeForce Now. Are you running an older computer and want to run the latest titles? Well, what you can do is use GeForce Now, link your existing Steam library, and play games over the cloud. GeForce Now offloads all the work onto their computers and streams the game directly to you. How do you use GeForce Now? Load up the app, sync your Steam library, in my case, 46 games. But now you're offloading all the work onto NVIDIA servers. Wow, look at all these beauties. Let's load up Kingdom Come Deliverance. Pretty hardware intensive game. Let's see how it fares. Absolutely beautiful. But not only that, why don't you record your highlights directly in GeForce Now? What? Filters, you ask? Extra brightness? Contrast? What? Modify the game I'm currently playing? Ooh, don't mind if I do. Extra depth of field? Ooh, very nice. How about a little bit of letterbox? How about a nice cinematic feel where the entirety of the game is a cutscene? Whoa! Whoa! You've got the two options too. You've got free, which allows up to 1 hour sessions, and the Founders Edition, which gives priority access, and you also play with RTX enabled. Pretty nifty. If you want to check it out, you can get it on Windows, Mac OS, Android, and also in your browser. Wow. The link is in the description below. I'm going to hop on to partial mobilization first and continue to pump out horses. More and more and more horses. Canada has invented the torpedo, but not the submarine. How can you invent the torpedo before you invent the bathtub? What are you trying to tell us, Canada? At this point, we need to be deploying divisions, even if they're only partially trained, so just keep dropping them. And let's pop them on the front line too. Right about there. Good. And we'll have another front line on the western front. More divisions. Deploy, 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 and deploy. Justification on the Philippines is complete. Now we play a fun game. This game is called Where Are My Gaps in the Front Line, USA? It's what we gotta do. Philippines, your end is near. Well, not quite. And in the United States, we're now at war with them. So now we have to take advantage of the gaps in the front line. On the eastern front, nothing. On the western front, though, lots of opportunities. Lots of opportunities. When it comes down to garrisons, for the time being, we're going to go with no garrisons. More divisions, deploy them, get them on the front line. Go, go, and go. What's this? Opportunity for encirclement. AI just waiting to get encircled. That's what I love to see. Now we're going to progress down war bonds, and if we get the option, Defense of Canada regulations. More divisions to deploy. Ooh, you better deploy them. Front line, railroad, off you go. And in the meantime, bigger fat submarines. Micro here is pretty intense, but all you gotta keep doing is pushing into the gaps in the front line, moving forward, forward, and forward. San Francisco, and I love LA. Flight, slow and steady progress. Slow and steady wins the race. And if you're a veteran of my YouTube channel, you'll know that horse is strong. Of course, horse. Another encirclement opportunity. Always take every potential opportunity for encirclement. It's not also a matter of encircling them, it's also getting them as far away from their main front line as possible because they need to deorg, and it's going to take them at least, sometimes, up to a month to deorg. Time to cut directly across the country. Houston, Texas, and also I push for Chicago. Now, on the grand scale of things, this is not going to make a big difference, but it will come in handy later on. Army offense. I've mastered the art of snaking. Learnt from the AI in the old days of Hoi4. You don't see the AI stake as much as it used to. But it used to look a little bit like this. Finally. They moved divisions off this front line. Oh, just gonna move into here. Don't mind if I do. And here as well. The other front line. Attack. Be aggressive. Off you go. How's the progress going? Over halfway. Good. Every now and then, select your entire army and Control B to make sure they're railroading. You don't want any stragglers on the front line. Everyone needs to be moving forward and capturing key points. It's 1812 all over again. Achievement unlocked. Washington, D.C. Burn down the White House again? Never mind Boston Tea Party. How about White House bonfire? 95%. The capital of the United States. Atlanta. This is one. So what we need to do now is focus on occupation. So horses, not tanks, horses and local police force. And focus primarily on garrisons. And it is over. United States, Completely annexed by Canada. You heard me right. Oh, Canada has got lots of resistance. And to deal with this resistance, we're going to have to disband practically our entire army to deal with it. Yep, now it's going to come down. Good. Let's celebrate this victory with war economy now that the war is over. This game doesn't make any sense. Right now, we need to get compliance up as quickly as possible, but the big downside is lack of manpower. So what we're going to try to do is civilian oversight, and that takes away 6,000 guns from us. Ouch. And there goes all of our manpower. Let's take away some horses. Currently, the garrison size is 145,000 men, compared to our actual army of 27,000. MP would be useful about now. And also artillery and some support equipment. Yep, and yep. So now we've spiked world tension through the absolute roof. Defense of Canada regulations. That's right, we're defending Canada from outside threats. Don't know what those threats are, though. Popular figurehead is good, and we can also go for captain of industry to get that extra production of civvies. And don't forget, when your stability is high, you will incur less resistance, so you won't have to deal with as much of this mess. Once again, we've run out of manpower because they're all going towards resistance. So we're going to disband some more of our army. Do we need an army? In this case, not. The losses here that we're experiencing just purely from garrisons is insane. All right, we're going to have to hop on to local police force just for a little while, gain some manpower back, and then we pop on to civilian oversight to build the compliance. We need the manpower first. And we do that by going for National Resources Mobilization Act. What a mouthful. Now we're going to work towards commit to the war, but we won't be able to go for it until we are actually at war. Yeah, we've got a submarine now, and train. We also have military police, MP, pop them on, and this should have a big impact on the garrisons. Can we return to civilian oversight? Oh, ouch. Oh, the manpower's just burning away. Now we need a good handful of submarines. All the submarines. So, naval dockyards. That looks good. We're going to pump out some submarines, so we need trade interdiction. We need to get the resistance down as low as it can go, so MPs once again. And industry, who doesn't like industry, right? More and more and more industry. Compliance is now heading towards 20%, and resistance is coming down. Free trade. Did we attack the United States, or did we become the United States? And now we need to branch out with our research. So, fund the National Research Council. Also, Japan. Attaché? Do you want an attaché? You're getting an attaché. The local police force has been engaged, which is not a law. It's one of the modifiers for getting compliance over a certain level. And it gives extra recruitable population. And now we have 150,000 manpower. And now we can train up our army again. The almighty Submarine 3 is being researched. And we'll go with this for now. A classic. Well, what do we have here? The Republicans winning the Spanish Civil War, led by the Shadow. Playing catch-up with the naval game here, so making lots of naval dockyards. I can hear you in the comments. You guys are screaming, why didn't you puppet the United States and take all their navy? Well, all I care about is submarines. I don't care about the surface fleet. You'll see. To top it off, let's make our Submarine 3 extra spicy. Oh yeah, 25% max range? Yep. Anti-air. We're going to need a few of that. Baked into every American, and maybe every Canadian, the innate fear that Mexico may suddenly join the war. Let's capture that Mexican feel. Let's add a filter with GeForce now. Game filter. Call this Mexican fear. Add filter. We'll go with special effects. Oof. Let's customize this. Make it look more retro. Add a vignette. Maximum intensity. If this doesn't make every person fearful of Mexico, then, well, I guess nothing will. Submarine 3 research, Chief of Navy, Commerce rating. You know what's coming. Finish off all of those boys. Submarine 3, whack a big engine in it. Ah, you know what? Balls to the wall. Pop the biggest tubes in there as well. That looks pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks good to me. Right, all I need now is a few more crappy divisions that I can make just to shuffle into Labrador. Horse, you say? Single horse, and 3 of those will do. There we go. Danziger War, and Mexico joins the Allies. Damn, that was a good call. Germany has declared war on Poland. We have arrived. Asked to join a faction, the Axis. If you haven't got the achievement, congrats! Achievement unlocked! Would you like to join the war against the Allies? Yes, I would. First of all, move very quickly forward and grab that port. And Mexico, on the other hand, ooh, can we just sneak in here, maybe? Oh, yes, we can. Made a nice push westward here. This is looking good. This will squeeze the Mexican front line. All right, submarine town. Convoy rating. split it off into 4 stacks. And first we're just going to go here and secure the Caribbean. Now we're at war, we can commit to the war, which allows us to go for a limited conscription, and then we can send in the zombies to unlock all of our manpower, and then finally our manpower woes are finally over. The first convoy sunk. One of many. Germany steamrolled Poland, steaming through the lowlands, and France almost broken. This is ASMR for me. Look at all these convoy raids. All these convoys sunk. This is amazing. France has fallen. And then we have a green Vichy France. This game is so random. You won't believe how desperate I am for manpower now. 0 manpower. We need 27,000 manpower to fulfill our garrisons, and we're waiting to deploy all our submarines due to lack of manpower. I would really like to have another army as well. That would be cool. But once again, no manpower. Labrador and Newfoundland has been secured. Delete these divisions because we so desperately need the manpower. And finally, we can go for limited conscription. Better late than never, right? And sending the zombies is done. The classic UK wraparound. So many convoys sunk, devastating, with so little contribution. But there's a way we can break this system. French people in Canada? What can we do about that? That's right, conscript them. This will upset the population. Oh dear. Let's break Mexico. Canadians in Mexico, and British in Mexico. Actually, is there anywhere Britain hasn't been? Probably not. Force Quebec conscription, and what are you gonna do about it, Quebec? What are you gonna do about it? There we go. So that's given us a little bit of war contribution, just based on the victory points we've occupied. So what we're going to do is invade a bunch of nations that we don't actually care about, just for the sole purpose of getting more war contribution. Guatemala. Next. Next up, Honduras. Oh my. Oh my. Oof. Carving up Central America, and now we're at 70% contribution. We're getting there. And a few Spitfires will go a long, long way. So after plowing through South America, we managed to get 18% contribution. That's actually really good. And what do we have here? All prepared. That's right, a naval invasion. And off we go. My favorite landing spot, the Cardiff-Bristol landing. Not a single division to be seen. I can't believe this still works. Bring over 2 army groups. Put you both on aggressive. Off you go. The end of GB. UK has been capitulated, and oh dear, lots of land has been taken inside of Britain. I'm going to pop it the UK, and that's all we're getting in this case. Now, the final part of the plan. Leave the Axis. Japan is guaranteeing Germany, so I'm going to justify on Slovakia. A slightly unusual game. We have a German Raj, we have centrist Australia, and then if you look into existing wars, we can see the major powers of the Axis are Germany, Vichy France, Italy, and the Kiwi Empire, with no divisions and no casualties. 10 out of 10 deception, New Zealand. Canada prepares for the great struggle. Justification against Slovakia. We've got a handful of planes, we're going to use them. Declare on Slovakia. And finally, call to arms for the UK. Off you go. Broke out through the center, pushing southwards. About to close that off. And pushing northwards, all simultaneously while lowering autonomy of the British Empire, our puppet state. South is secure, north is almost secure. We managed to knock out 100,000. Great Britain has been secured. All we need to do now is annex the puppet and rule Britannia. Achievement unlocked. And everyone likes to know about the division templates. So this is the final division. This is it. This is the UK Buster. Lots of AA. Break the British AA. Even though I had so many planes, I didn't even need it. If you enjoyed this video, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget, if you don't ring the bell, your subscription means absolutely nothing. And also, a massive thanks for GeForce Now for sponsoring this video. Hey, you made it to the end. Congratulations. If your name's on screen right now, I love you.